Hey kids, it's time for another exciting episode of KWJUDAS. Nice. KWJUDAS, thank you all for joining us. We have Sarah Littledrum here, repping the boys from Gorgeous Gourds here on KWJUDAS tonight. Thank you for staying after for an extra show. I realized that wasn't the most convenient thing for, like, anybody.
That's great. No.
Even for me. Wizard's gone. Wizard left. He's got to work. Everyone's got to work, and we're still here. It's just you and me.
The dynamic duo.
Rock me. Hey, we actually got it right that time.
I know, I did it.
Damn, that almost kind of felt weird. So, we had her here for Uma Fuzz. Obviously, to the listener, this is not going to be done in chronological order, but this was recorded the same night. And it's like, what? Oh, it's only 10:30.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, we're actually
My
not doing
eyes
too
are
bad
tired just because it was a long one last night, and I'm not normally this tired.
Yeah, they were kind of exhausted when they got here, so
but
we're
I feel
going to try
great,
and...
though. I feel like happy, tired, relaxed. I feel cozy in this, what are we calling it again? The word for it?
The ossuary?
Yeah, the ossuary.
Indeed.
Ossuary that we're in. Yeah, I really like all the bones here. It's It's very spooky. I'm feeling the fall weather come in, and
It looks like this all year round.
yeah, baby, Halloween all day long. I'm the same way.
It does make it kind of like difficult when I go to decorate for Halloween because all my Halloween decorations are up
I love that.
already.
I'm the same way with costumes. I dress up every day.
Yeah, that's why when it comes to Halloween, you got to do something that's not expected.
Yeah, go the other direction.
What our band usually does is we go for like a different genre,
I love
a different
that.
type of band every year. And last year we were mariachi. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's genius. There's a different genre of music band. That's so fun. Oh, I'm going to
It
steal
is.
that. I might not be able to get them to agree with me.
We've been doing that for like 5 years now. We did.
fun.
I was telling you earlier how we did punk rock. That's why
Oh,
we did
yeah.
it.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, that's why your
Right.
hair was so big.
It was
They were
for-
driving around without a tub.
I think it was like the first year we did that. Is we put because all of us are long hairs. You know, Adam and
Yeah, I know.
Wizard.
Yeah, his hair is- yeah, y'all are.
Those guys' hair is longer than me even, and so we got this shit called freeze spray. And if you use enough of
It really
it,
works?
that shit ain't going anywhere.
Oh, I want to do it. I want to try it sometime because I got my sides shaved right now. So
You should. If you want to, I mean, I could even hook you up with a bottle of what was left over from last time.
I'm
You
going
might
to
need
grab
more
that
than
on
a
the way
bottle,
out.
though.
Taking you up on that. I got some photo shoots to do. Anyway.
It was hilarious because we had to get into the car on the way to the show. I was explaining to her to this earlier. We had to get in the car through the sunroof, feet first. And you had like just these huge 3-foot spikes of hair from 3 different individuals sticking out of this fucking little car driving through fucking Provo. I really wish we would have got a fucking video of it.
I was gonna say you're lucky you didn't get pulled over. I'm surprised.
I think
You know,
the
'cause you
cop
guys were
would have
sticking
pulled
out
over
like
just
a
to
sort of
say,
Cool hair.
right?
I don't know. I feel like I mean, what I would think is like, oh, you guys are hoodlums, you know, because you rocking your punk look. So, oh yeah, we got to get the video. We're gonna recreate it.
We kind of, at least I tend to have remarkably good luck with the police around here. And I'm,
Me too.
yeah, we both knock on
that
wood at the
wood?
same time. Yeah, that's wood.
Okay,
That'll count. So, I don't want to jinx myself. I would hate to like I don't know, listen to this show later and be
Oh my
like,
gosh.
motherfucker, you cocky son of a
Okay,
bitch,
let's
you
change
said
that.
that then. But we knocked on wood.
Right.
We knocked on wood.
Yeah, I believe in that. I believe in the knocking on wood, and I believe in you got to pour your drinks out for your homies. But before I toast, I like
shit,
to
you're not
knock
gonna
it
do that.
down. What?
She like goes and grabs her drink right as she says that. I'm like, da, 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 da.
You like that? Cheers.
All right, we'll chew.
Sponsored by Dollar Tree.
This one's for our peeps, and
Right.
yes, it's
For the
that
homies,
Dollar
yeah.
Tree coffee quality you're tasting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pour out the coffee right now, but that's how I usually like do it. I
We'll
like
still
to do
drink to
that.
the homies.
Yeah, to the homies, y'all.
Indeed.
You're with us.
Since both of us are recovering alcoholics,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to assume that all my dead friends, well, they have been pretty good on the not drinking. Got to give them
They're
that, right?
killing it, you could say. No.
They're killing it. We should be
Yeah.
a fucking comedy duo.
I know, we're working on it. It is the time of year though, because like y'all,
we gotta
the
work on the
spooky
timing.
Samhain season is happening, so it's like it's a good time to call onto your loved ones who've passed on because the veil is very thin this time of year. So I'm actually preparing to do some real spiritual like communication work for the first time this season and try to connect with some of a past relative.
So, I mean, I
We'll
don't
see
like
how it goes.
to get into too much superstitious jibber jabber, but I do. I do. It's fun.
I like it.
Do you, if you're saying that you have you done something like this before?
I've done it before, yeah, with different people guiding and me following, and also like intuitively when I was younger.
Through
And-
what mediums? Like you don't use a Ouija board or anything?
No, not with a Ouija board, but I've played with that too. But like, it's just more of like doing some protection magic, and then going into like a trance-like space, and then just like attempting to like communicate with spirits through different like offerings, like just following traditions of like lighting candles and incense and stuff, and just it's kind of like a hodgepodge of pagan magic and just intuitive magic, but I have never done it in the proper way where you actually like sit in a circle and have like a seance, kind of like,
and summon an actual supposed spirit.
Yeah, spirit. Yeah, but I've been doing a lot of research this past year because I used to just do it intuitionally just for ritual,
Right.
but now I want to get into it and be like safe. But I actually want to try.
Huh. Yeah, that was, I guess, kind of where I was going with that, is if you had done anything like that before, and if so, do you get to choose or control, like, who you're speaking with? If you just said, I want to talk to, I don't know who's dead, Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah. So that's actually a good question, because basically what you do when you call in, when you want to speak to a specific spirit, there's different things like you could do, like light candles to like, so basically you want to become like a beacon, and so you want to do as many things as possible to get that one spirit's attention. So if you want like
what would allure Gilbert Gottfried
exactly,
to
yes,
my beacon?
to prove to him that you know who he is.
Right,
and so you would do all of those things and try to find them.
You want to be Aladdin, and you want to get another person dressed as Jafar to
Yes.
scare him towards you, so
Yeah.
he chooses to be on your side.
Exactly. You can do whatever you want. Like it's symbolic. It's like the symbolic offering of with the consciousness, because you're playing out that archetype in your head. But a lot of times people do try to connect with like their grandmother or something.
Yeah.
And accidentally they will say that there are spirits that will come in and pretend and lie.
How do
and
you know?
Well, some of the people report that when they're in the seance, they're communicating possibly through a Ouija board or something and asking like, are you my grandmother so-and-so? And it will say yes, but then they find out later that it was just a spirit that happened to be there. And
You
then
ask questions that only grandma would know.
That's the way you're supposed to do.
Right,
Exactly.
okay. I mean, hypothetically. So let's just say you're not using a Ouija board.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, of course. How would said spirit, whether it is Gilbert Gottfried or if it's an imposter, how would they communicate with you?
Yeah.
How would they be making themselves manifest by other means than the Ouija board?
So, like one possible way is like a simple thing where people just ask for a sign and ask like to see, just basically just to connect and see if that spirit is with us. Like just a very basic thing. And so they would be like, are you with us? Please show us a sign. And like a window will slam shut, or like light thunder will strike.
A physical object, usually?
A physical object or electrical problems, like that is super common.
So how would you ask questions if it was just giving you a physical object? You say, knock once, knock twice for yes, or how would you go about it?
I think like it might not be, so you could use a divination tool like a pendulum to say yes or no, but like I think about it this way, where it's like maybe like you're asking it to tell us like whether or not you're all right. Like let's say I want to say, grandma, please like let me know, like are you all right? Are you happy? Are you lonely there? And maybe like a picture will fly off the wall that has a picture of her laughing, or like a line in a book will be opened. So it's like you might not exactly get that exact question and way, because it's just about, and then each psychic and stuff, they're not all really strong. So you sometimes kind of like are just barely there together. So you just got to use what you can. And they say like spirits that are trying to connect will just use whatever means necessary. So that's why like, like the technology is like, they're like messing with our technology, but it's because like they love us, because they're trying to say hi, like my friend's mom. But I actually was going to say the Black Mirror, it's called scrying. So I've done work with that, and it's not like words, but the visual, you can try to connect with the spiritual realm visually that way.
Have you like gotten any crazy visuals of your own?
I actually, my visual, it wasn't too intense, but it was interesting when I gazed into it. It was like part of a ceremony, and I don't know, it almost felt like my eyes were closed when I was looking into it in this weird expansive way, but they were open.
Okay.
But I don't remember seeing any images, but I was like, I'm kind of new at it still. Like,
right.
It was my first time.
So how do you come across a black mirror? Do you just find any old mirror and paint it black?
Yeah, you can
like
do
the
that.
Rolling Stones song?
Yeah. So they used to use like certain crystals or types of marble or onyx or labradite or I can't remember. But
labradite? You're just making that up. There's not a dog.
Yeah.
Stone.
I'm wearing tiger's eye. There is one. There's a different black one. What's it called?
Igneous?
No, it's like very clearing. Oh gosh.
Let's see. Coal's pretty black.
It's very similar to that.
I'm out of ideas.
Anyway.
I got coal, I got igneous.
The mirror that I have, it's painted black. It's just a black mirror. No, it's a picture frame that has a black backing, and then the glass with that is like enough to create that.
That's kind of actually what I was more imagining, is the behind it would be what's painted black, not on top of the actual paint. So you still have somewhat of a reflection.
Exactly. So it's hazy and stuff. But you said you've worked with that before?
No, I've heard about it. I did research, of course. You know, when you're young, you start just looking stuff up, and back when there was libraries and books, you know, that like physical had pages that you'd read. I don't know if like books still exist.
Jordan loves books. I have some books actually. I'm trying to get into books.
I mean, people our age might have them like in their own, their own possession, but like libraries, Jesus.
That's actually a huge thing that I would love to speak to listeners about. It is important for us to keep physical books because they are disappearing rapidly. There are certain books that basically they're trying to get everything online, but then like once everything's online and they get rid of all the hard copies, there's certain books that might be lost forever and have different edited versions. And so like collect your books, y'all.
That does in a way add worth to some of these books, but at the same time it's very, very unfortunate that like we're kind of on this cusp of like an informational transfer in a way that is it applies to our entire fucking planet. Nobody is going to escape this. Yeah. Eventually the digital movement will have consumed everything and all life on this planet, and that includes of course all of our records and languages and some some stuff that already doesn't exist that we only just talk about.
Right.
And the fact that like what is going to be preserved in the future, I hate to say it, but is mostly only going to be what's online or what we have physical. And because AI is becoming such a thing, I mean, we all know where AI comes from is all the information on the internet. And so that's also going to make some of those really esoteric books and messages and themes even harder to get a hold of because the people who still have those aren't going to want to share it. They're not going to want to put it on the internet because they want to preserve the rarity and the esotericness of it.
For sure.
And it's going to become even more and more important for one thing to hold on to this sort of thing, just so that you still have it, but also to not to get all like conspiracy theory, but to keep it from the artificial intelligence from knowing it.
I agree.
So that we still do have certain languages and traditions and things that even the big artificial intelligence monster doesn't know about.
I think that's really true. That's deep. I agree with that, y'all. Stay human. It is really important to recognize what's happening.
And there's going to be a lot of information that does just kind of fall to the wayside.
Exactly, yeah.
And that kind of, like, I guess gets me to another point that is sort of along the same lines as to why I have been archiving so much stuff on the internet that's not even necessarily my shit, but I've been encouraging the fuck out of all my musical friends.
Nice.
I've got a lot of friends who aren't in bands, and they just make music. Just, they're like mole people. They just make their own music, and they just record it, and they never put it out. I got some friends, more than one, who just have tons of music that's just on their computer. That's the only place it exists. And I'm like, you do realize that, like, this is your way of carving a pectograph into the fucking cliffside. Like, you are still the caveman, and that is your only way of leaving anything etched into the stone. Is by putting your recordings out and putting it on the internet. And that is the kind of information that, yes, I do want to be part of the big AI monster. I want the big AI monster to know who I am and to know the work that I've done and to keep it there after I'm dead.
I love that. I agree. I'm so passionate about that. I've been trying to get Jordan to publish more of his poems, and just all my perfectionist friends and even the perfectionist in me be like, don't let your perfectionism keep you away from just being heard.
Just put it out.
Be seen, just be known. Doesn't have to be amazing. It's just like, that's you.
You're going to regret not publishing your work that wasn't perfect more than you would regretting putting out some artwork that wasn't perfect and may not have gotten the exact fucking reaction you wanted. Anyone who's an artist or a musician knows that you're not going to get the reaction you want from everybody, and you have to just kind of expect that and not give a shit.
Yeah.
But the point is to leave your mark etched in stone when you're gone.
Like the aliens.
Right. All those pectographs were not cavemen.
Yeah, well, not the pectographs. I guess I just mean the pyramids or whatever, the ancient aliens theories like that, But I was trying to segue into the song, because the first song we listened to was called Alien.
Oh, yes.
And it's about Fred, our bassist. He, people are always talking about aliens that come here, but the song is about, like, he wants to be traveling to the other planet and living on the alien planet and being the alien as a human, and that's what that song's about. It's really fun. It's one of our favorites.
Hell yeah. Well, we should probably get into some more music anyways, because we have been talking about all sorts of fucking serious shit. So thank you all for joining us in on this amazingly intricate conversation on this intricately amazing night.
Yes.
This is Gorgeous Gourds on KWJUDAS.
creatrix. The T and be who you wanna be. It's the negativity that contracts, the positivity that expands. karma in your pocket and no need to get down and pray. Hands up if you feel like you're falling, fall till you're down on your knees. Truth is, this life's not fair. The truth is, there's no in between. Screaming, oh, my baby. Oh, my baby. I fell out, I sunk down. Didn't know if I was gonna make it, but I had your love, and it was enough. Yeah, I had your love, I knew I wasn't down on the Weber River.
Here we are, just sitting here clapping for ourselves. Just a
Dude.
couple of crazy peas in a pod. The name of that last song was Weber River on KW Judas by the Gorgeous Gourds. How did you wind up in this band? This isn't one that you started, correct?
Right, yeah. So this band was established, I think, about like 8 or 10 years ago, and by some cool dudes. The main guy, he's the bassist, so it was his mastermind project.
Do you want to give their names, or are they just
I'm
cool
getting
dudes?
there. No, I'm getting there.
Mad
So
props to the cool dudes.
So the person who started it is the bassist of the band. His name's Fred Hayes, and he just had this dream to just have a band someday, and so he just like started learning bass because he was always a music lover, and I don't exactly remember when, but this was like way later, just because he wanted
Like
to.
before you even knew him?
Yeah, before I knew him, but like I mean, I think he was like, you know, he'd already had a really successful career. It was just like kind of middle-aged, like life change kind of moment. Like I want to be a band, just like all the
Right.
people that I watch and see.
Midlife crisis.
Yeah, in the best
I got
way.
money. I'm buying an instrument.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, so he started that, and then he got the drummer. His name's Bob Smith, Bad Bob Smith, and he's an incredible drummer. Drums in lots of bands, and
Is he in your other band?
no, just this one. They're all
Okay.
just in this one. And then Bill Bear was one of the original founding members as well. He does vocals and guitar. He's since moved up to Oregon, so he's not in the band right now.
It's a good place.
Yeah, it seems like it. I've been up there, kind of near there. Bend. I went up to Bend.
Yeah, I got a cousin that lives in Bend.
Oh, cool.
I got a couple family out there in Oregon.
That's cool.
That's why I know that it's better than Utah.
Yeah, I know, especially.
In most ways, I'd say. Not all, but most.
Oh, the beach is so cool up there.
So when did you join the band then?
So there we go. That's actually a good question because I forgot the lead guitarist. His name's Lucas Jones, and
Yes.
I was doing a photo shoot for a nonprofit called By the People or One Democracy because I'm on the board of directors for it. And yeah, it's a really, really important, dope thing. Stay in touch with that online, y'all.
Way to
Anyway.
be bored and direct.
Exactly. I keep people from being bored.
Right.
And so we were getting ready for a photo shoot at Close Up, and then the photographer showed up, and then we hopped in the car to drive to the location, and I was just chatting with the guy, and it ended up being Lucas, and we just immediately like hit it off like bros, like we had been friends forever. We were just like inspiring and just kooky energy, and then he had mentioned I had mentioned that I was a musician. He had mentioned he was a musician, and then COVID hit, and like I was like he was aware that like music was my full-time job, and he was like, hey, so like we're kind of looking for a new lead singer. We got some gigs on the books. You want to come join? So I came over there and jammed with them, the Gourds, the guys, and the rest was history.
So you've only been in this band for like 2 years?
Well, I guess it's
maybe three.
It's almost. No, yeah, three. I guess it's three. So it started, I joined them in 2020, so.
And they've been a band for like 10 years before that.
Yeah.
So the material that we're listening to right now, how involved are you with these recordings?
So this whole album I was part of, but
Cool.
Only 2 of the songs I wrote. But I mean, I was kind of like coming on a little bit. Like I wasn't like super involved in it, but I had been playing with them for a few years when we went and recorded this last year. And because it must have been, that's so weird. What year is it? It's only 22. It has to be more than 2 years though. That's so weird.
So you joined in 2000 or 2001?
20. It was 20.
2020.
It was like right in the beginning of that summer.
Sorry, I always get those fucked
So
up.
20 to 1,
2000
1
to
to
2001.
2, and
That's
2
what I
to
meant.
3. So it's almost 3 years.
2020 to 2021.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Right?
Though. Yeah.
God damn it.
So, so basically when I jumped on board, they had a big long set list about like 3 hours of originals and covers, and it was just learn as many as you can. So it's kind of down so we can go. And then I just jumped in and started doing shows. And every song we do though, like the thing is with them, it's like, even though they are songs that already exist, every time we play them, we do it differently in that project. Like there's so much room for jamming, and we're always experimenting, and so it's very experimentational. Cool. Yeah, and they're all very advanced. Like as you'll hear if you ever come see us live, y'all. Lucas on the guitar, he will take you to portals and dimensions. Like he's just on another level, and you never know what kind of day it's going to be, and it's very fun and very playful, and I like that it's not my project because I can just show up and then have fun. So it's nice to have that space where it's like not work at all. It's just fun and easy.
Yeah, I get ya.
Not be the decision maker.
I think I told you I'm in a couple different bands, and I got one that I am not that. That I don't have to be doing the one that writes all the songs and makes all the decisions, and I know what that's like. It is nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
To have that space where it's like, okay, what do you guys want to do? You tell me what to do. I just do percussion.
Right. But it's healthy to have that mix so you know what it's like to be on the other. Like, I think it's really important for everybody to take that leadership role so they can be a good listener and not an asshole.
Or at least try not to be an asshole.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
You have to be at least a little bit of an asshole to get shit done, man.
That's true. I'm down with that.
We agreed with this at Element 11, if you remember.
Oh, yes.
We're both sitting there on the stage like, don't you just love being the only one who gives a fuck?
Yep. I'm always that one. And, like, I'm an East Coast girl, so I'm not scared to, like, say it.
I'm just from right here in Gumption City, Utah here, trying to get shit done.
Yeah.
And it does get old sometimes being the only one getting shit. Fucking Wizard even just bailing on us. I mean, whoop whoop to the Wizard.
We miss you, Wizard and Peanut.
Indeed. I'm just giving you shit. I always do.
Yeah.
But fuck the Wizard. We're going to play some more music. KWJUDAS. This next song is about a magical newt.
Oh, I did want to mention one, though, about the one right before it, though. There might have been a magical newt, the Weber River one.
I'm sorry. I'm a little tired, too, folks.
I just wanted to mention, because we're doing this, like, in Utah, if anybody's, like, went down the Weber River, I wrote this song about my near-death experience I had on the Weber River.
Damn.
And it was very scary, and...
How did you almost die?
So basically, I was wearing these pink floaties on my arms to be fun because I was going on like a date with like this new boy, and I thought it'd be fun, and I had no idea what I was doing. And then we decided we wanted to bring the ukulele along, so we tied a cooler to us with the ukulele in it, this blow-up cooler, and then that got separated from us at one point. And then he jumped out to get it, but then he fell out and then like got caught in this area and couldn't get out. And then I went and got out of my tube, which was dumb. And it was fine for a while, but then all of a sudden, like there was this place that had a ton of rapids and it was crazy water and there was a lot of rocks and we could not get out of it. And we were trying to swim backwards and I just kept yelling, no, 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 this can't be. And I was like shutting down. I wasn't functioning. And then Dan was just like, baby, like just protect your head. Like you have to like, basically just like you can't, you're in it.
Yeah.
And so I had this moment of really intense fear where I was like, oh my God, this could be my last breath. And I just like protected my head and I got thrashed in there. My knee got so messed up. And then there was a nurse or some EMT that just happened to be walking by on the trail and who like saw the screaming and stuff. And they were able to like carry me up and like bleeding and stuff. But
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I couldn't walk for a little while.
How recently was that?
That was 2019, I want to say.
Damn.
But yeah, we were ever lived to tell the tale.
For real. So this is that was the song we just heard.
Yeah.
And that was one of the songs that you wrote yourself in this band.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to get on to another block of music and then into our cartoon because, that's why anybody actually watches this shit.
Yeah, that's the high quality.
It's the stupid fucking
Forward
cartoons.
to the cartoons.
So if you fast forward to the cartoon, thanks for joining us just now. You missed a lot of really great stuff, man. Really great stuff. In fact, I kind of had a feeling just you and me here, we would just talk way too fucking much, which we have already done. It's already like 45 minutes into the show.
Oh my God.
You're fun to talk to.
Likewise.
Without further ado, here's some more music from Gorgeous Gourds. Thank you all for joining us.
Sasquatch dances in the daisies. He plays with the butterflies. He climbs up Strawberry Mountain to watch the moon rise. He swims in the crooked river. Salmon and steelhead eats onions and huckleberries. Sleeps on a spruce branch bed. Please don't call him Bigfoot. He's sensitive about his size. Kind and understanding, and he laughs way more than cries. Sasquatch shares the forest with antelope, elk, and deer, eagles, hawks, and beaver. The untamed live here to show your love of Sasquatch. Take action with his plea and keep the high country forest fierce, wild, and free. Please don't call him Bigfoot. He's sensitive about his size. many, and they're out there. And we've all had a few. Some of us more than you. Look out, there's a few too many. There's a few too many. There's a few too many. They're out there. There's a few too many. There's a few too many. There's a few too many. They're out. Hey! There's a few too many. There's a few too many, and they're out there. There's a few too many. There's a few too many. There's a few too many. And we've all had a few. Some of us more than you. Your body, your mind, your heart, and your spine. When I hit you, you find the music out you when the grass is changing, it's so grand to feel.
Ah, fa, 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 fa. Good stuff, good stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you, actually. We're going to play a cartoon. We're going to get into the commercial break. Have a little bit more music for you coming up. And, of course, we're going to let you know where to find our music, or to find their music.
It's our music. It's everybody's music. Music can't be owned.
It's music for cryptids. Speaking of which, that last song was called Few Too Many, and the song before that, yes, Sasquatch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as we're going through picking the songs, if there's, you see the Sasquatch, it's like, that has to be in there.
I figured.
So, on to the commercial break, and we'll be right back with you after these messages.
Hey, kid, are you tired of all the poo all over your face?
Gee, Derpishly guy, what are you talking about? I don't have any poop. You son of a bitch! I'll fucking do to your grandparents! I swear to God,
Oops, looks like you need Pooby Gone Kenobi.
I am not interested in your stupid Derpishly product, Derpishly guy!
Not a product, a person.
If poo strikes me down, I should become more powerful than poo can possibly imagine.
You should not have come back.
You're going to find that many of the poos we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view. The poop is often what we make of it.
Oh, it worked! Well, thanks, Derpishly guy! Thanks, Poopy God Oh, he's gone.
Brought to you by Derpinsley. And remember, if Derpinsley it say not, Derpinsley it be not. Oh, wow. That was a great cartoon now, wasn't it?
Epic.
I don't think there's been a single episode so far that we actually knew what the cartoon was going to be.
That's trippy. That's fun, though.
It is, yeah, but I have no idea what just happened, as usual. We used to actually write these things on the fly. When we were having the
that.
live bands actually
Cool.
perform live, I had time to write a script while they were
Cool.
jamming. And then I'd tap Wizard and I'd be like, I'd point at the script, and we had to do it improv. So it was almost a game
That's epic. Yeah, that's
that I would sort of be like Stump the Wizard. Like
Yeah.
every day would have a new thing for him, and he'd just
Aw.
have to do it off, just
I
off
love
the
that.
cuff. So the Derpinsley commercials have definitely evolved a lot.
Cool.
Just because of what KW Judas has
Yeah.
almost by force evolved into.
Workflow changes.
But enough about me. We're almost to the end of the hour, and before we play this last song, how exactly do you go about like describing your music and like the way you guys come up with your songs in the first place?
Yeah, I'd say what really defines this project is it really is a lot about fun and like dancing, and we have a lot of like psychedelic tendencies and psychedelic moments where we just want people to kind of get lost
Yeah,
down a little rabbit hole.
I guess what brought the question up, making music on psychedelics for
Yeah.
one. We were kind of talking a little bit about this off the air, and how some are a little bit easier than other ones.
Yeah.
Like surprisingly enough, you were saying that Molly is the one that you kind of come up with some of the best out of mushrooms or acid or
Yeah.
any of the other ones.
Yeah.
And me, I'm always just so fucking just preoccupied with the fact that somebody brought a fucking bag of nectarines.
I know. The focus is hard.
It is way hard to focus on Molly, unless it's like a flashing light or something.
Yes,
Or
exactly.
unless it feels cool.
Right.
So it must feel really cool to write
Yes.
or create while you're on Molly. I've never tried it.
It's really it's a really big rush. Like we were saying. So I like if I'm microdosing with acid or mushrooms. That's
Right.
really good for playing a show, right, or jamming
It
because I
can
can
be.
still function. Like that's where
Yeah.
there's the cutoff of a micro because I can do like a micro/creative dose before it gets into the where it messes up your functionality and your timing and stuff like that. So the
Yeah.
same thing with Molly. I tried to perform for the first time on Molly, like live at a show this past summer, and it was half of it was amazing. It was at these hot springs, and by the end of the show, like everyone was so into it, but I was being so vulnerable. I was down on the ground singing into the thing at the very end. And so it was like a whole moment, but it wasn't good musically. But writing songs is great because your heart chakra opens up and you can just really connect to the inner voice inside you without being like scared and judgmental, because I've come into like writer's blocks.
For sure.
And then also the other thing is the voice. So I did this weird thing where I was singing this song, I was jamming on Molly, and it was like the end of the night, and had did a little bit, more than one little bit. So it's like the end of the night and I'm really feeling it. And my voice, I was singing this song and I went to this note and I was like, and for some reason it was in my range. It was so low. It was like my voice started quivering.
Nice.
Hardcore with the jaw shakes. But like normally when you're just like, if you see somebody like tweaking out and their jaw's like, it's gross. But this was so cool because with my singing, it gave it
Right.
a natural tremolo that was
Words.
so cool.
You didn't even do it on purpose?
No, it wasn't on purpose. But then every time I
Have
did
you been
that
able to
note,
do it since?
I can kind of recreate it, but it's not as good.
You take more drugs.
But my plan is to actually I want to do a recording session one time and intentionally do it with one substance and then another and do like some sessions and see what happens.
Right. Go back and listen and compare them.
Yeah, we should do it.
We can do it. Let's do it right now.
Yeah, you got a lot of instruments here.
And I don't have the ammunition for that, unfortunately. But we could make it happen, I'm sure, if we wanted. Perhaps on another episode. Because alas, kiddies, it's time to say goodbye. I should have a time to say goodbye song.
Yeah.
Maybe we could just like impose something in here. I'm gonna do it. Wasn't that
let's do it.
sad?
Let's go. What was it?
Well, I'm putting it in later, but
Yeah, you
music just happened. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, that was very sad. It was very
Yeah.
tragic song.
Sad. Okay. Well,
It's a goodbye song. I mean, is that why it's sad? Because I have this one song. It's like good night instead of goodbye. It's like good night, sleep tight, no more tears. And it's like it's. And then we said good night and not goodbye. And it's like. There we go. Yeah. I was like lazily singing that. But thanks, y'all. GorgeousGourds.net. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram. Come to our live shows and get our CD, Peace and Love.
Thank you all for joining us, and thank you especially for sticking around. I know it was very last minute, and we still made it happen. I very much appreciate that because, man, it could be a fucking pain in the ass just keeping this damn schedule full.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody cancels, especially last minute, and yeah, what do you do?
Yep.
You
Train
ask
keeps
you
moving.
to do another performance.
I'm always down. I'm a busy girl. Gotta stay busy.
Hell yeah. Well, want to introduce this last song to the kids.
Cool.
Beautiful Days.
Yeah. So, Fred wrote this one, and it's just about all the beauty that's around Salt Lake City. And each one of the verses is just one of those classic Salt Lake City beautiful days. And I really love the harmonies on this one. So, yeah.
Gorgeous Gourds, KW Judas. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. The clouds are hiding. The birds are flying high in the sky. My baby's making me a cherry pie. Never ever need to say goodbye.
to thank you once again for joining us on yet another exciting and exclusive episode of KWJUDAS on Gumption City Radio. We now turn you back to your regular Gumption City program.